How you guys doing? First of all, I want to address YouTube. Stop muting me. I think you're muting me, YouTube. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't like it, but maybe it's because I'm making money. You don't want me to get views or something. I don't know, but stop muting me, please. It's not my phone, I don't think. That's the only other possibility. My phone could be overheating. I don't think so. I think it's YouTube. Stop it. Or not, but I know it's. I have a feeling that it's you. And please stop. I know I don't like it, and it's not cool. Okay, thank you. So I want to be very transparent with this video. Ever evolving layers of transparency on my channel. Since it's time for it's almost time for school to start for some people, and some people are going to college. I want to be very transparent about my college days and pre-college days and my graduation and all that. That's okay. Is that okay with everybody? I only applied to 5 colleges, but before I go on about that, remember I said I went to church, right? I went to Pomona First Nazarene Church, and every year they had Nazarene night at Disneyland, which meant you could get in for like free almost if you were Nazarene. If you were a member of a church, you could just get in free or something like that. It was Nazarene night. The day before the last, okay, I waited to the last opportunity to take the SAT test, student aptitude test. I don't know, SATs. I waited to the last time, so there was no other second time to take it because I waited to the very last time to take it. Not a good idea, first of all. That's the first mistake I made. In other words, you can only take it when they give it. I waited to the last time to take it. If I'd have missed that time, I would have not taken the SATs because there was no more chances to take it. So there's that. But guess what day the SATs were? They were the day after Nazarene night at Disneyland when I was in high school. So the night of the last time I had to take the SATs, I didn't get home until 2 in the morning from Disneyland, and I had to get up for the test by like 6 or something. I don't know. The test was early in the morning, so I got like 4 hours sleep, and had just gone to Disneyland the night before, and waited to the last opportunity to take the test. I couldn't have taken it again because I waited the last chance to take it, and so I fell asleep for like half an hour of the SAT test. Don't do that. Take it multiple times. Don't wait till the last time, and at least one of your times, don't go out till 2 in the morning, Disneyland or no. Just get some sleep. Because I fell asleep for half an hour of the test, especially the math part. I was like dozing off badly. I got 590 on the math, 630 on the English. That's abysmal for what the quality of student I was. That's terrible. That's only a 1200 SAT score. I could have done better than that 2 years earlier or 3 years earlier. Even though I didn't really like the math part of the test, it was too regimented. It was too much formulaic. It wasn't creative enough of math for me. But I still could have done better even 2 or 3 years prior. I just would have gotten some sleep and would have given myself multiple chances to take it and take the best one. And I didn't do. I blew it SAT wise. So don't do that. And then I only applied to 5 colleges: MIT, Caltech, Harvey Mudd, USC, UCLA. Now I continue to blow it in the fact that I waited to the last minute to do all my college applications. How about that? I waited to the on my UCLA application, I waited to the very last minute, and the essay they wanted me to write, I only wrote 4 sentences, and I didn't get in. UCLA, the worst college I applied to. Easiest one to get in. I should have gotten in, but I didn't care, first of all. I didn't really want to go there. And University of California, Los Angeles. And so I didn't care. I wrote a 4-sentence essay, sent it off, didn't get in. Next college, USC, University of Southern California. Yes, I did get in there, but I didn't really want to go. Not good enough for me. We did a tour. We went there one day. My mom and dad and me went to USC to check out their engineering department, and I was underwhelmed. I didn't really want to go there. Not good enough. But I got in. How about that? Yay. Next college, MIT. Well, here's another thing I blew in school. I didn't do any extracurricular activities. I didn't join the chess club. I didn't join the debate team. I didn't play any sports. I didn't join a book reading club. I didn't do anything other than school, and also I did guitar, but that doesn't help me get into college, does it? So we went to this guy's house to see me for a personal interview to go to MIT, see if I could get into MIT or not. So we met the guy. My mom and dad and me went to this guy's house that was representing MIT to see if I to do the interview, see if I could get into MIT. And he actually was impressed with me. I was just this little kid. I was like 5'3", 17 years old. I was like 105 pounds. I was a little kid, but I was really smart. He liked, but what bothered him is I didn't do any extracurricular activities, and he thought I would crack under. First of all, I had to move all the way to the Massachusetts from my home, and you could tell I couldn't handle that probably. And I just was going to be in this whole new world, and all these kids, and all the social pressures, and all that. He didn't think I could handle it socially, to be honest with you. So he didn't let me in. It was a close call, though. He almost did, but he said, I just can't see Jimmy mixing in with people 3,000 miles away, his age, his size. He doesn't show any social aptitude. But he liked me. He liked me. We talked. We gelled. Like any question he asked me, I just really went with it. But I didn't get in. Caltech, I also didn't get in. I don't know the whole story. I don't remember what happened there. But the last one was Harvard College, and I continued to blow it. I was a mess as far as not being professional with all this crap. I didn't really care. Harvard College, I waited to the last day to turn in the application. Guess how I got it to the school? I rode my moped to Harvard College physically because it was like 10 miles from my house, and dropped it into the box, the mailbox, and it had to be in by like 5:15. And guess what time I stuck it in the mailbox? Like 5. I had like 15, 5, 15, 10, 15 minutes to spare before it would have been too late, and my mailbox would have been closed. And since I waited the last day, my application would not get sent in time, and I wouldn't have gotten into Harvard College. What was I doing to make me so late? Getting there. I was at home on a typewriter typing out my essay. I had learned to write more than 4 sentences. Plus, the Harvard was the latest due application of any of my 5 colleges. So I had gotten better at writing the essays and filling out the applications because it wasn't due. Harvard wasn't due till like February 15th or February 16th or something like that. All the others were due in like January or early January or something like that. My memory is telling me something like that. So since Harvard was the last one due, I had gotten better at doing applications, but I had to type the essay. The day it was due. On my typewriter I had at home, nice typewriter for the day. This is like 1984. I'm typing out. I get it done, put it in, drive my moped to Harvard College to put it in the mailbox, and I was like between 5 and 15 minutes I had left before I would have been there too late. So I was literally driving in traffic on my moped, fighting time, knowing if I was late past like 5 o'clock or whatever time it closed, I would blow my chances of going to Harvard. That's me. And Harvard liked me, but they weren't sure. So they put me on an alternate list at first. So I wasn't even sure I got into Harvard College for like a few weeks. They put me on an alternate list. They weren't sure. I had a high school guidance counselor named Mrs. Hill. I don't remember her first name. No reason I should. It was Mrs. Hill. And she just yells out to me one day at school, "Hey, Wiseman, you got in. Harvey Mudd wants you." I got in. 590 SAT. I'm in now. 630 in English. That's 1200. Waited till the last day to turn the essay in. Got it there in the nick of time on my moped. Waited the last day to take the SATs, and the night before I went to Disneyland. Fell asleep for like 30 minutes during the test. I dozed off for like. So that's my college application story and all that. I never gone into this much detail with you guys. Hopefully I'm not too muted by YouTube. Just I'm just opening up about my whole experience graduating and all that. I kind of feel like I had a silver spoon in my mouth all the time, and I didn't really care about things. But to get out of English class or some class, I think it was English. To get out of some class, I decided they said I could get out of a class, going to a class, if I took the ASVAB test, Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. It's for getting into the military schools. So I took it just to get out of class, and I got an 83. That's like roughly three times the average score. The average person is like 35, and I got like 83. Oh, something like that. I almost aced it, and it was like three times the average score. So military people were calling me all day, or night every day. Multiple calls from the military on my phone, which had a rotary dial. We had a message machine, but that's all we had. We didn't have phones that you could go, hi, leave a message. This text, we didn't have that, but they would leave a message. They would leave messages like 5 or 6 a day. The military wanted me to come check them out. I had the grades. I killed the armed service ASVAB test. But I wasn't impressed because my dad was going to pay everything for me anyway. I didn't really need the armed services help paying for it, so I didn't really care. But one time my dad took me to the military, office to see if I could, to talk to them about me going. He wanted me to go, and maybe I did. Maybe I wanted it too. I don't remember. If I agreed to go, if I wanted to go, I did it because he said. I don't really remember, but we both went together, just me and my dad. And my dad just had one question: will my son get to go to West Point? It's one of the military schools, and they said probably yes. So he was satisfied. So if I wouldn't have gotten into Harvey Mudd, and I don't know how that would have worked. If I wouldn't have worked, it would have been USC or West Point. I don't know. Maybe I would have chosen West Point because I don't think USC is that great a school. I would have, if I blew Harvey Mudd, I might have. It would have been between USC and West Point, and I might have chosen West Point. I might have been a military. I almost went to military college. In other words, I'm telling you guys, I almost did. My dad wanted the best though. He wanted West Point. Maybe someday I'll look up where it is. Where is West Point? Is it in California? I don't know, but that's the military school my dad wanted me to go to if I was going to go. So there's that. And I also want to be transparent. I have very clear skin on my face, but there's a reason for that. I have almost teenage hormones. If I don't take this stuff here, I break out like in a heartbeat. Clindamycin, it's for my face, 1% solution, and I put it on every day. It keeps my face from getting, from breaking out. Otherwise, I would break out. That's why my face never breaks out. I love this stuff. I've been taking it since college. You guys get that, right? Keeps my face clear, and there's that. Then I want to show you guys. I want to go over each class of my Harvard College transcript with you guys. I'm just being transparent. What do you want? What do you want me to do? I only went 3 years. That's why this 4th year is blank. That's a blank year. And if you guys are bored, just don't watch this. Just see it. But if you like it, good. Thanks for joining me. Freshman year, you have to. I'm really reading this. I mean, you think what you want. Chem 21, General Chemistry pass. That's freshman year. Chemistry lab pass. Mechanics and wave motion pass. Physics lab pass. Computational techniques. That's computer science. Pass. Calculus 1 pass. Rhetoric. That's English. Pass. Swimming. Exercising. Swimming. 0 credits, but I had to pass it, or I would have I would have been stuck on that grade. That's first semester freshman year. Second semester, general chemistry pass. Freshman year pass fail. Otherwise, nobody would do any good. Chemistry lab pass. Mechanics relativity. Got the highest score in the class in relativity. I got 92 on the exam. High score in the class. Freshman physics, second semester. Pass. Physics lab pass. Calculus 2. Pass. Had a great. I like my calculus class. Good teacher too. Freshman project pass. Don't remember what that was, but sorry. Computation lab pass. That's more computer stuff. The idea of utopia pass. I was always interested in utopia. Like, why is society so fucked up? Can't we do better? That freshman year. Freshman year. Okay. Sophomore year. Physical chemistry. PChem. A. Highest score in the class. Take it or leave it. Intro to systems engineering. C. That ended up being what I did the best because I was so pissed at that C from Professor Sadat Sedendekte. He was from Iraq or something. I mean, I hate to say that, but he was from some Middle Eastern thing. Sedendekte. He was from Iran or Iraq or Tibet or Saudi Arabia or some place like that. Nobody liked him. Linear algebra, A. Highest score in the class. I got 95 on the final. Electromagnetic theory optics. That's physics. A minus. Not too bad. Electricity optics lab. B. As in balloon. U.S. history. Pass. Didn't want to take a grade for it. So my grades were A, C, A minus, B. B was 1 unit. All the others were 3 units, so I took 13 units. Plus the history class was passed, so that's 15 units, I think. My math is terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16 units. Because all of them were 3 units except the lab, which is 1 unit, and the others were 5. So that's 15 plus 1 is 16 units. And I told you my grades. So there it is. And the history class was all the classes were at Harvey Mudd except the history, which was at A. I have to think of what that college that was. There were 5 colleges. You could take it from any. You could take the classes from other colleges if you met the criteria. I forget which one A was. Oh yeah, it says right there units 16. Okay, very good. Thank you. Second semester, sophomore year, experimental engineering. C+. Electrical engineering, A. I did really good. I didn't get the highest score in the class in electrical engineering, but I did good. I got an A. And that was hard. Second hardest kind of engineering. Second to systems engineering, which is the hardest. Intermediate dynamics, that's mechanical engineering. You know, how bridges are built. Boring stuff. They call it intermediate dynamics. I got a B. Fundamentals of music, I got a B. That was at Scripps. If they ask stands for Scripps, I think it does. Then what does the A stand for? I don't know. There were Scripps, Pomona, Claremont McKenna, Harvard College, and Pittsburgh. Okay, my last year, materials engineering, I got an A minus. I did all right, just like materials engineering, like dealing with just metals, types of material, how to engineer things. If you're gonna build a bridge, what do you build it out of? What kind of metal do you build an airplane out of? What kind of the toughest? What kind of the thisest or the thatest? A minus, not bad. Advanced systems engineering. That's E101. That's advanced. That's junior level systems engineering. I got an A. I got the highest score in the class on that because after my second year, I studied the whole third year systems engineering book the summer before my third year. Read it from cover to cover before the third year even started. So I'd already read the whole book for E101 and E101 and E102. I think at least E101, if not both. And I knew it was coming. I knew I didn't know, but I knew I didn't know, and what I didn't know, I knew why I didn't know, and I was ready to learn it. And that was before the class even started. So that's why I did so well in systems engineering. That's what that was. Because I so pissed at sedicindective for giving me a C. It became my strong point. Engineering seminar, I got a pass. Differential equations, C. That's math. I hated that class. I barely passed it. Being honest. Where's my? Just looking here. Where's my? I don't see it. I'm just not going to call it. Differential equations. Huh. I thought. Oh yeah, I already said linear algebra. Okay. Yeah, I already said linear algebra. This is differential equations was supposed to be fresh sophomore year, but I was gonna flunk it, so I took it out. I dropped out of it and took it my junior year. Introduction to Psychology, scripts, pass. Took it for pass fail. System simulation, that's E205. That was only for fifth year students. I took it as a junior. Only person in the class that wasn't a fifth year graduate student was me. I was a junior. I got a B minus. So not great, but I made it out. Okay, E102 advanced. This is advanced systems engineering, but it's feedback systems engineering, and I wasn't as good at that as the systems engineering, so I only got a B plus. Whatever. Didn't like feedback systems, and hence the B plus. Engineering clinic, I got a C. Engineering seminar, I passed it. Communication and information theory, E156, I got an A. That was the highest score in the class. I did the first exam. I turned it in with 15 minutes to spare, and I got a 97 on it. High score in the class on that test, on the first test. Only missed one plus or minus or minus plus. Got one problem right on the final that no one else in the class got, and I got the highest score. And that class was only for seniors in fifth years, and I took it as a junior. There was one other junior. So me and one other junior got permission from Dean Dan Gann, D-A-N-G-A-N-N, Dean Dan Gann, to take E156. Me and one other junior, and otherwise it was all fifth years and seniors, and I got the rest of the class. Mechanics of deformed solids, that's more materials engineering or something. I got a withdrawal. I hated that. Dude, I was gonna flunk it or something. I just ducked out. Withdrawal, I didn't finish the class. Directed reading. I was supposed to I got permission from Professor Evans, economics professor, to just do a paper on the stock market, and I only got half the paper written that I wanted to write, so I just blew the whole thing off and didn't turn the paper in. So I got F as in fudge. Yeah, directed reading. F. Sit right there on my transcript. I didn't turn the paper in. He had no choice. Principles of macroecon, that was also taught by Professor Evans, economics professor. I got a C. Barely passed. That's it. That's my whole college transcript. But you know what? What I just mentioned is most of a Harvey College bachelor's degree. The rest that I took, the things that I didn't like to take were like clinics and labs and shit like that. I didn't like to take them because it was grunt work, and I didn't have any advantage if I aced the test. You just had to do the work. I didn't like clinic. I didn't like lab. You just had to go in there and sit there and do your time. I didn't like that, so I needed to take a lot of labs and clinics to finish my degree. Most of the hard, go to class, take notes, study, take the test. The most of that I did in 3 years. I had just, I'm basically worth a Harvey College degree minus lab and clinic, and I ducked out of a lot of history and English and philosophy and shit like that. Called it humanities and social sciences. We used to call it HumSuck. I didn't like those because you had to read books, You have to do papers. You have to study the mind. You have to study history. You have to study art. Written literature. And I had that to do. So I had mostly HumSuck, labs, and clinic to do to finish my degree. Notice I took very little HumSuck. I just didn't like it. And I didn't like lab. I didn't like clinic. And that's what I was missing mainly to get a degree. So if you don't mind that I didn't take a lot of philosophy and shit like that, if you don't mind that I didn't go to lab and do a lot of clinic is where you work for a company, but you don't get paid. You get credits by the school, but you really do actual work. I actually did a clinic with General Dynamics under Professor King. He was my materials engineering professor. So that would have been mechanics of deformed solids. No, wait, let me think. Materials engineering, yeah. I got an A- in his class. So that was first semester junior year. Materials engineering, A-. And then I did clinic with the General Dynamics. I actually did engineering work for General Dynamics. Just got credit. I think they called it engineering seminar. That's where I got a pass. I passed it. Says I got no units though, but maybe just had to pass it. And if you don't pass it, you don't get to go out. But if you do, you don't get any credit for it. But I passed it. I did the seminar, clinic. I worked with arsenic sesquisulfide fibers. If I touched one and ate one, or whatever, ate one or any of that, I could have been really sick and died. Arsenic. Dealing with arsenic sesquisulfide. You had to be careful. You had lasers in some of my physics labs as well. Look into a laser, it'll zone out your vision. It'll have a spot, a blind spot in your vision for the rest of your life if you look at a laser the wrong way. So you have to glasses. You can't look. You can't bend. You can look at it from an angle because it's only direction of light. But if you somehow stuck your face in the middle of the light, you'd ruin your vision just like that. So anyway, I love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.